Well, I know we talked about the pre-pod, man. I know there was discussion about Tannehill being the top 5 quarterback in the Tennessee Titans history, which, based off the cash you gave me, he is. But let's be real, man. Tennessee is missing their heart, man. Tennessee's missing the blood, right? Tennessee is a running team, bruh. And they had behind one of the best running backs in the league the past 2-3 years. So if you take the best element of a team and remove it, what you think's gonna happen, man? What you think the Lakers are gonna do without LeBron? Warriors without Steph? You know, the Buccaneers without Brady. And you got to count on the other team to exploit that weakness, man. And it's not like he just got injured, right? It's not like he just got injured. So they had time to game plan against this Titan team. I like what they've done without him because, like you said, they snuck in. They got the number 1 seed. But with that, man, I'm expecting. I'm going with the Vegas odds, bro. The Bengals. Vegas says so. Got to roll with it. But it's funny, they only have them up by 2.5 points. So they expect it to be a close game.
Okay, all right, Reg, man, you got anything different?
I echo a lot of that, but just like you pointed out at the end, I'll add that disclaimer. Like, sure, you know, the running back went down, Henry's down, but they were able to maintain that number 1 seed in his absence. But when you talk about any sport, when it comes to playoffs, that level of strategy comes, you know, is a chess game now. And I do think they're going to really early on make it very difficult to get any kind of run game established. And I don't think they have somebody who's just going to blow that up. So once you dictate the pace of the game, I think they'll go ahead and just take this. I see the Bengals coming out of this with the W.
All right, okay. So we all in accordance here, man. Even though some people still call people a top 5 quarterback with the Tennessee Titans history. That is very problematic. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. In history, it's ridiculous.
Hey, but Chris, before you move on, I want to say something. I want you to say something about Reg's point, because Reg brought this up, right? They still managed to win the top seed in the division. After he went down, who were the teams that they played again to win?
They beat the Rams. They beat the Saints. They beat
some teams.
They beat Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, and Houston.
Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah. Like, all of the teams weren't scrubs, and Miami just missed the playoffs. Like, these teams were not scrubs. Like, they're not great teams, but they were not pushovers.
Fair point. The this is my thing, though. And let me ask you this, Reg. If you was a gambling man, would you put your money on Ryan Tannehill to get you?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was Nevadic, no, bro. That no came from your bone marrow, man, from your soul.
We see what he did. He was in Miami before. We seen what he could do. I don't get the resurgence. You know, he's been doing this for a couple years now with this squad that they have. But you know, even though my gut tells me no, they've been defying the odds and they just been in it. Right? They re-signed him, so obviously he's doing something. I just don't see it. Okay. So if you ask me, I can only give you what I know.
Okay.
And that's a no.
Okay, because that's at the end of the day. At the end of the day, the reason I asked that question because at the end of the day, you can go by what you see with your eyes, and your eyes ain't telling you Ryan Tannehill is that guy. Like
but even to his point, he just said Vegas to this day, knowing what we know, knowing Henry down, knowing what the stakes in the playoffs, they still have a slight separation. They just slightly have an edge on.
Yeah, it is small. That's interesting to me. That's weird.
They usually don't get it wrong, but again, I can't see
it. I hear you. Look. It's just very hard for me. It's really hard for me to get behind. I like Tennessee as a team because they're based in Tennessee. Nashville is a nice place. They have really good food. The people are very lovely. If I was to go back and live in Tennessee, it would be in Nashville. So have nothing against the Titans, have nothing against the fans. But like I said before, Ryan Tannehill's not top 5 quarterback on anyone's list. So look, at the end of the day, the game is won and lost at the line of scrimmage and at your quarterback play. If your line sucks, it don't really matter. If your quarterback is not gonna, like, he's a game manager. Like,
for sure.
And he's been doing that effectively. So I mean, to that point, he's gonna come in there. He's gonna execute in terms of management at a high level. He's not gonna scramble at the last second and then try and get a spike off. Like, he a game manager.
But he's not a great game manager. This is the thing. He's a very middle of the road game manager, and that's like saying middle of the road of the middle of the road. Like, game manager is not a great title to hold. Like, you're somewhere in the middle. Like, you're not really elite, and you're not really just Blaine Gabbert. You're somewhere in the middle. You
wow.
You basically
you're Trent Differ. That's Trent Differ.
Wow.
He won a Super Bowl being the game manager. I can't remember another game manager who won a Super Bowl.
But that's what I was thinking here. Like, for his shortcomings, he's not somebody who can scramble. He's not fast. He's not throwing it downfield. But as a game manager, I thought he was a higher level game manager. You think he's?
But bro, they got a solid offensive line, solid receivers around him, amazing, exceptional running back, right? Dude, you have to try to mess up that setup. You have to put in effort to mess up that setup.
Yeah, and
this somebody who's just steady and then just deals with what they got. Like, I don't see it as a downside per se. Like, I feel like that's what they need and that's what they have, and that's why this pairing makes sense.
I hear you. The reason I say that he's a very low end game manager. I mean, even though they're winning, they should be number one. They should have been blowing folks out the water with the lineup that they got. They got a good defense. They had Derrick Henry. They have 2 Hall of Famers on both sides of the field. What are you missing? What else do you need? But this is something that's interesting to know. He's thrown 21 touchdowns, 14 interceptions this season.
Ooh,
that's not good. That's not good
terrible.
game.
That is
management.
not good game management. Yeah.
So
that's
I remember one time the dude, because he got benched. Remember this season? I don't know if you remember. He got benched this season. In the middle of the game.
How many touchdowns?
21, 14 interceptions.
21 and 14.
So it's funny because the only thing that him and Burrow have in common are interceptions. Burrow threw 14. He's also in his second year. It's 34 TDs. And Burrow has more yards than Tannehill, man.
Yeah.
Burrow's putting up 4,600 yards.
Exactly.
Tannehill's I think 32.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put him as an average
37.
game manager. At that point, he's a mediocre game manager then.
That's what I'm saying. He's more on the lower end.
All you expect you to do as a game manager is take care of the ball and get these short gains.
Yeah. Yeah.
And make
Don't turn over the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a poor game manager.
Terrible.
Terrible.
So I don't know, man. I look at the Bengals, man, and how they were clicking on all cylinders in the wild card game. Jamar Chase was just a blowout success, and not to mention you still have T. Higgins from last year, who was a rookie sensation behind Justin Jefferson, and what I'm saying, you still have Tyler Boyd. Mixon has been killing this year, so
but Mixon, I got you, but Mixon is going up against the second best rush defense in the NFL against the Titans.
That's fine. What about the receiving core? I mean, Joe Burrow got a receiving core,
and the Titans receiving pass defense is not up to par. It's not up to par.
So they can get you with one way. They can get you with the jab. They can get you with the hook. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, what I'm saying. If I was going to put my money on one of these quarterbacks, it's definitely gonna be Joe Burrow. I know it's his first
off the
year.
top.
It's his first year into the playoffs. His first trying to taste of it. And man, I can't get behind these 14 interceptions. I don't know, you can't have a good day and then also throw 4 interceptions in a single game.
It's magic.
Hey, but I'll pick. In my
Big
top
Ben.
5.
Big Ben. They got guys who do it.
So,
wait,
you can't do it.
I'm sorry, guys. I know why the spread is so close, man. I didn't put this in my notes, right? The Titans are listed as a 2.5 home favorites. That's why it's so tight.
That
explains it. Yeah,
they're home. That's it.
that explains why it's so tight.
Mean that much.
So yeah, that could be a standard deviation right there. That's a standard error right there.
Yeah, come
Variance.
on. We're talking about a field goal, man.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. Good luck to the Titans. Look, sorry guys, but I can't rock with you guys this week. It looks pretty grim over there. So now if y'all had Derrick Henry, solid.
Oh, dude, completely different.
Yeah.
He dragged them through the playoffs last year, man. Single-handedly. Dragged them through the playoffs, bro.
Yep.
That was amazing.
And the office was like, "Good job, Tannehill. Here's his money." So.
Hey, Derrick Henry, might as well call that dude Rudolph, man. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Because he was pulling everybody like it was Santa's Christmas sleigh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll check that out, man. Anything else y'all want to say on that before we push on to the next? All right, cool. Chiefs and the Bills. So Bills were the ones who destroyed the Patriots. 7 straight scoring drives. I think it was the first time in NFL history, playoff history, or history. I don't know, man. Look, all I kept doing was seeing Bills with the ball and scoring, and I was just like, hey yo, and like the worst part of the Bills offense was the kicker. The dude was missing field goals. He was missing extra points. So like, if that's the worst part of your game, like everyone's getting touchdowns. Like, I mean, I'm sure Josh Allen threw a pass to himself and caught it, and it was just like, yeah, like sure, touchdown. Everyone gets a touchdown. So Singletary was out here killing it. Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel. Look, Gabriel Davis had 2 touchdowns. Look, if you was out there and you said you wanted a Me Too pass, you would have got a Me Too pass. So, Patriots look very, very pedestrian. Mac Jones, though, it's his rookie year, so maybe it's a good thing because he's a rookie. This is what could you expect from a rookie? So at the end of the day, the Patriots did finally put up some points and make it look respectable, but by that time it was already over with. So Bills got the nice luxury and present of playing the Chiefs because the Chiefs also made a big bid.
That's your winning prize, bro. Like, hey, first of all, we need to find Belichick because him and that hoodie, bro. Every touchdown, that hoodie rolls up higher and higher and higher.
Wow. Well,
like that Bart Simpson meme disappearing into the bush.
The Homer Simpson, Homer Simpson.
I hate to go back to the beginning of the show, but ain't he tight with the dude at Alabama?
Who, Mac Jones?
Reggie,
the coach.
Reggie, what you talking about? What you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Like, how is that even relevant, man? How is that even relevant?
Maybe they're on a yacht, man.
They wanted to go out together, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna take this L with you.
Oh man,
Bro, to kick a man when he's down, bro. That's like a low. I wouldn't expect that from you, Reg. Just a low blow.
What? He didn't
It's all in good fun, man. Y'all played your hearts out.